Forget everything I said in my last video. You know, the one where I was talking about the Kendrick verse on the Clipse album not being a diss to Drake. I don't remember exactly what I said in that video, but I know I was going off of what Pusha was saying or what I heard Pusha said. But now I do believe he dissed Drake in that verse. And a few other people, like the industry in general. Yeah, I feel like that. You understand what I'm saying? He just didn't put a mailing address on that disrespect. He ain't say his name. But I think he dissed him. And it was a snippet, yo. I tried hard to find this song. Couldn't find the song. I found a bunch. I had to resort to listening to some of the vloggers and content creators reacting to it. I don't know where they got it from, but they had it and they react to it. They played it piece by. I couldn't find it. The only place I could find it was on their reaction videos. So salute to Screwface Jean or Jean, because he played it clearly enough, like he played it in big enough chunks for me to be able to really get a gist of it. And yeah, Kendrick is going. This is the version of Kendrick I like, when he rapping like that. You know what I'm saying? When he get into the I don't know if y'all heard it, but it like snippet is like about, I want to say it's like 8 bars, maybe 12 bars. You know what I'm saying? It might even be 16 bars of a verse that who knows how long it actually is. But I know when it first started off, he would talk about he ain't with all the kumbaya-ish. What he said, I'm not the candidate to vibe with. I don't rock with that kumbaya-ish. All that talent, it must be God sent. I sent your ass right to the cosmics. Yeah, just said he ain't here to make friends, basically, in the first 2 bars. I ain't the candidate to vibe with. You know, don't nominate me for none of chilling, and I ain't with all that kumbaya, hunky dory, buddy, man. Some people are taking that as a diss to J. Cole. I'm not. Well, maybe that bar. I don't rock with all that kumbaya. You know, it could be. No, this it does kind of, as Screwface Gene said, he does kind of fit that shoe. But I don't feel like it was a, I feel like it was more of a generalization of all, whatever. It could have been a shot at me, because I wish we could all get along. But hey, whatever, the shoe fits. Anyway, then he said, all that talent must be God sent. I sent, past tense, sent that his ass back straight to the cosmics, or out to the cosmics. No, that's the only, I mean, who else has Kendrick been cleaning up around here like recent? That sounds like a Drake diss, anyway. And then he went into this, he went into it a little more. He said, let's be clear, hip hop died again. Then he said half of his profits may go to Rakim. They loving him for that right there. You understand? So it's a dope bar. But yes, hip hop died again. I mean, take it how you want. You know what I mean? I think that's, he could be talking about. I mean, I'm leave that up to interpretation for y'all. I feel like he could have meant a bunch of things. He could have just simply said that, he could be talking about between all of the Freako cases and all of that going on, and all of the Drake madness, the lawsuits. Yeah, but anyway, then him saying all of his profits might go to Rakim. That's just a dope homage-based line right there. You know what I'm saying? Giving appreciation for the God. Because, a lot of us wouldn't be us if it wasn't for the God MC Rakim. I can stand by that. He's one of my forefathers, one of my East Coast forefathers, because I actually have 4 West Coast fathers too. You know what I'm saying? I got 4 forefathers on both coasts. But anyway, he goes, he stays with that, with that flow, that little, it's like a slow, spaced out flow for the first few bars. And then he gets into his, I'm a 2-side Gemini. committing genocide. So I don't know if he said committing genocide, but I know he threw genocide in there. He said, I'm a gentleman. I give it to you. Gentleman, however you want it. I could be a gentle guy. Went on a gentle spree or gen spree. You know what I'm saying? Move you niggas out. Something gentrified. Yeah, he went and that's the Kendrick Lamar that overall. Even the slow part to there, the slow build up to the rapid fire gens. That's the Kendrick that I be telling you that when I go, I don't like all the Kendrick flows, but when he rap like, that's one of the when he rap like rapping, the way I like. But yeah, he was there's another part when he, start speaking to all these Judas, and people say he's dissing Cole in that too. I disagree with that. I don't feel like that line, I don't feel like that shoe fits Cole. Cole didn't snake Kendrick. You know what I'm saying? That's basically what people mean when they call someone a Judas. They calling them a traitor. You know what I mean? I ain't got time to get biblical and or smarty-yardy with it, but they calling you a snake, a traitor. You know what I'm saying? A double crosser. Somebody I trusted. You did some sucker-ish. Yeah. So, yeah, I just, I just had to run on here. I mean, I knew this all day, but I didn't, I had other things to do before I made this vlog. But yeah, I'm like, oh yeah, I was way off on that last one. In my tone, even in the tone of the way I titled the last video, I had to go back and change the title. Even in the tone, I was like, oh, in my tone of the way it was originally titled, I'm like that Kendrick verse wasn't about no Drake. I had to run back here and correct that. You know what I'm saying? Just so y'all know, I ain't one of these niggas. I ain't gonna sit here and try to double down on the wrongalities of my prior takes. Definitely sounds like he was dissing Drake and the industry in general. Maybe Cole once, with the kumbaya-ish, but I don't feel like he was calling Cole a Judas. You know what I mean? Cole just like, yo, I thought we were slapboxing. No, you niggas is really fighting? I'm not with that. That's fair. That's not Judas activity. Not by my standards. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but y'all don't gotta live by my standards. You have your own opinions. What you think? Let me know. But it is fire though. And the song is not, it's hard to find. If you want to, I don't know what your what your searching strategies are. Some people are able. I watched, like, they was talking about it on Joe Budden. Ice found it after they had already took it down. I'm sure, I don't know what he found it on, but salute to them over there. But yeah, if you can find it, listen to it, because it's gonna be gone pretty soon, probably, until the album drop. You know what I mean? But in the meantime, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell for all notifications. If you're trying to be a taxpaying citizen of the nation, and leave me a super thanks or Cash App. I actually prefer the Cash App, but y'all do y'all. Y'all don't listen. Cash App tag gonna be in the description along with the Bandcamp link, which is there for those of you who would rather hear me rap than hear me yap. All of the mixtapes is there, from Nonviolent Rocco, which is the most recent, all the way back to Shell Shock. You know what I mean? So, you know what I'm saying? Go there and binge. There gotta be at least 10 mixtapes there. So, if you one of those people who be like, well, Rock over here talking about it, get back in the booth. First, before you say something like that, make sure you caught up on all the work I be doing. You know what I'm saying? Because if you hear, you only clicked on it because you saw my name attached to the topic. You didn't think you was gonna come here and hear me rapping. You know what I'm saying? So just keep it 100. Go there, it's music there, binge. Also, when you're writing on the walls, just writing my name in graffiti on the walls. You should have told me. Anyway, my bad. Hip Hop Attack. Salute to the God, Rakim. Right? When you write your name on the walls here, or not your name, when you leave in a comment, Use your spell checks, not your autocorrects. Autocorrects are how you spell helter-skelter instead of helter-skelter, and that's just wrong. Plus, it pisses the president off. You know what I mean? Rock has a C and a K, R-O-C-K. Unless you're a Crip, I get it. But put a little cuz or cuh at least or something in the comments so I know to grant you clearance and all of that. It's helter-skelter, not helter-skelter. I told you that already. It's an A-H in the words, not E-Rs. It's monster, not monster. It's an A, not an E-R. And for the love of all things decent, it's BCC, not BBC. Pause, protesters. Get your ass out of here. The rest of y'all. Welcome to the nation. I am your host, your president, your tour guide, Mr. Monster Man Rocco. I'm the landlord, the owner, tenant, the janitor. I mops the damn floor. Let's go. I'm one of the realest you ever gon' see. I ain't come here to lie to you. Niggas done with to lie to you. I get Beanie Siegel's first album, but Paul Pierce even, they got the truth.